a lot of bananas going off right now.
We do.
We have a lot of bananas planted on our property. We got big, tall ones. We got some dwarf varieties you see back there, and pretty much anything in between, everything in between. I think we used to have 35 varieties of bananas.
Yeah.
Give or take. And I know that we've lost a couple. So it's kind of one of the reasons we wanted to do this video today, is to show everybody our collection, to talk about the different varieties, which ones we like the most, you know, their characteristics, and also to get a count of what's in the collection right now, because I know that we've lost a couple over the last year or so, and we haven't added a new one to our collection for almost 2 years now, right?
It's been a while,
maybe a year. So we need to get on that too. But let's go ahead and show everybody all the ones that we have. We have some. We don't have any huge batches of bananas right now. Most of the bananas that we have flowered in the winter, and it was a long, cold, dry winter. So their batches aren't huge, but we do have a lot of bananas. We have some that are just flowering, so we might get some better batches off of those. So let's start. Where should we start? Maybe behind here? I know we have one back here.
Yeah, we got the blue java back here.
Yeah. I think these are all blue javas, right?
Yep.
And these grow real quick, and you can see they multiply nicely. We need to split some of these apart and give some to friends and neighbors.
We're getting water suckers now because it's just too
Let me see where. You see
right
one?
There.
Yeah, and so...
I mean, there's a spear sucker next to it. I think that's a spear, so...
So here's what she's talking about. There's the tip of this one right here. I think she's right. That probably is a spear sucker. But this is a water sucker. It's like... kind of, I mean, it looks like a ginger plant almost, and this is never gonna like really turn into anything. We'll show later in the video. I know, I'm certain that we have some real strong spear suckers somewhere that we can show everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But these are the blue javas. They grow fast. They bunch into a nice big clump like this, and the bananas are delicious. They're a good one. And in fact, I think we have this one planted over here too, don't we?
Yes, and I think that really the downfall of this one is the spot we planted. It's kind of shady.
Yeah.
It's in between the buildings.
Yeah.
So it's you know, the moisture's high and stuff like out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just the light. I mean, right now you can see it's in full sun, but it's just the time of day. It's in the shade most of the morning.
It's getting bananas for us.
It is, yeah.
It's obviously sunny enough.
All right, this one right here to her right
It was sold to us as a grand name, but I mean, we got bananas off of it once that were not full-size bananas.
Yeah.
Maybe it was malnourished.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still.
You can see these two are malnourished right now. I mean, I don't have a lot of hope for these. Maybe the new ones that it shoots off will be better for us, but these have been in the ground for a while, and like I said, they went through a long cold winter with not a lot of water. So
I'm somewhat wondering if the lemongrass might be having an effect.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because this is like such a tight clumping plant. I don't know.
Right.
Over here is the mysores.
Yeah, so hold on real quick. This is a whole stand of mysores, and this one's just spectacular. This one that shot up right here, and I want to show everybody the difference. Like, so these over here have been in the ground now. They were in the ground over the winter, and you can see how small the stalks are. These are where all the old leaves were, and they're looking pretty healthy now. But I mean, just compare this to this one that just shot up. I mean, a couple weeks ago. It has fresh leaves all the way from the top to the bottom. This is going to be a real healthy plant right here. And I don't want it here. It's funny, I dug them, I just moved them over some because it's kind of getting into the roof and the gutter here. And then this one just, in the last probably, what, 3 weeks, shot up to this. Maybe 4 weeks, might have been a month. But I mean, this is what you want your kind of teenager banana plant to look like.
Yeah, that's ideal. That one's going to give us a lot of bananas. Like these, we might as well just chop them down and feed them to the other bananas.
I agree.
It's never going to amount to anything.
Right. These because they didn't have the nutrients over their whole, you know, lifespan or the water. You're right. They will give us bananas, but we're just not going to get as many. I mean, this one, I have high hopes for this one right here. We're going to get a big, nice rack of bananas off of this one. And so the mysores
here looks pretty good too, but the one in front needs to be cut out too.
The mysores, I would say they're a real sweet banana.
Yeah,
they're smaller. Yeah, they're like a little dessert banana. They're real good.
People say they taste like strawberries. And they taste like bananas.
They do, but they're good. A sweet banana.
Delicious. I mean, but they are like strawberries in the fact that like eating one banana is like eating one big strawberry. They're not very big, so you can eat like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. Our oldest son is not into bananas, so he likes those.
Yeah.
He likes those because they're teeny tiny. And
so eating one banana
yeah,
is just
when
a
we
bite.
Teddy, you need to eat a banana, he goes and eats one of the little ones. All right, behind Annalisa here is these beautiful giant bananas. This is, yeah, these are one of the best ones that we have. This is just a consistent fruiter for us, fast fruiter. If you've never seen the praying hands before, it's like cup your hands together. They kind of look like that. They're fused together.
And the bananas are square.
Yeah.
Because they're all they're like kind of like pressed up against each other.
But this is just a huge, magnificent variety. They stand straight up. They're real strong. This one's gonna give us a huge bunch of bananas. I mean, look at like the crown of the plant right here. I bet it's about to shoot off a flag leaf. That's another thing we'll show later in the video. We'll show everybody what a pre-flag leaf and a flag leaf looks like. Those are indicators that you're about to get a flower and fruit.
This is a nice little, this is a bigger one, but that's a nice spear.
Yeah, so here's a spear sucker right here. I mean, these are going to be big, healthy plants right here. Look at that. Put your hand on that plant, on the stalk of this banana right here in the back. I mean, look how big that is. It's huge.
And they are always like this. They're the straightest banana we have. I don't think we've ever had any tip over from weight problems or anything. Like all bananas that are this tall have issues.
Yeah, we'll show you a variety here that we don't prop our bananas, but there is one variety we prop because they give us nice good bunches.
We won't get fruit.
All right, let's run through some of these real quick.
So this is the ice cream, which is the blue Java, which is back there.
One of our favorite varieties. These are coming out of the winter again, but this plant's starting to look real healthy.
It's getting there.
I think it'll.
Because we cut out one that wasn't gonna do anything.
You can see there's more popping up down here.
And
we try and keep them thinned out. We don't like to have clumps of 20 bananas in one.
Well, and then they start growing like this, and then once they get the fruit, they'll fall.
All right,
these are medium height bananas.
Yeah.
They're not as tall as the praying hands.
They're gonna get.
Or the mysore.
Yeah, they're gonna get a bit taller than this. They'll probably get 3 feet, 4 feet taller.
This tall.
Yes.
This one.
Yep. They'll get about that tall.
That's like a full size of both of these.
If even.
This is the Mona Lisa variety. This is another great variety. Quick to fruit. Nice medium size. Like it's bigger than the mysores, but still small. Delicious eating banana. I would definitely call these all are eating bananas.
They're so good.
The praying hands, I would call like a dessert banana.
Yeah.
Because the bananas are super sweet.
Same with the mysore too.
It's like a softer kind of a banana too. So like, you know, these the Mona Lisa and the ice cream. Those are like your traditional eating banana, just smaller. Yeah.
All right, here we got a dwarf. This is the dwarf Orinoco.
These are dwarf Orinocos. We used to have dwarf Cavendish here, but they were too short for the
so the dwarf Cavendish, that's one we just got rid of altogether.
We planted it up front.
Okay, all right. That's the dwarf Cavendish is like the one you're gonna get at your big box.
You can get it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like a unique variety, but they're good.
Yeah.
They're nice, medium-sized eating bananas.
But
this is more of a plantain type banana. This is the dwarf variety. We also have the tall variety.
Here's some more. Here's some more of the dwarf.
Yeah.
We moved them. These aren't supposed to be popping up here. We moved them over here because they kept growing here and flopping over this walkway.
Just like, messing with
But now that you can see more of them have popped up, we got to move them.
Yeah, they're healthy looking
These are one of our favorites though.
Yep, these are quick to fruit and they're really big, like they're not long.
They're squarish
but they're they're just like big fat bananas.
Yeah.
And they're good green as like potatoes or plantains. They're good as eating bananas. They're just like, it's a big bite when you eat them. It's a lot bigger of a bite than like a regular banana. But
we cook these green.
Oh yeah.
And they're good.
And you can fry them up in a pan in like a few minutes.
They're good.
You know, way quicker than potatoes.
That's like the closest thing you'll get to a tropical potato. Is a plantain, a fried plantain.
Yeah, other than the red potatoes grow.
The red potatoes,
and the sweet potatoes grow well here.
Yeah, sweet potatoes aren't potatoes. You know what I mean by potato.
Yeah,
a savory
white potato.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I think that's all the ones we have planted in this garden area here. Let's go to another area of our property and find some more varieties. All right. So which one is this one?
This is the tall namwah. This is a stunted one. Again,
Yeah,
from
you
the
can
cold
see.
winter, we got.
It's got a
The
funny
fruit
little,
started.
teeny little rack of bananas here. Still look like delicious little bananas.
Oh yeah.
And believe it or not, there's probably, you know, 14 or 12 or 14 bananas on each hand there, maybe 10. So that's still 40 bananas
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Which
And
isn't
they'll be
bad.
delicious. And since we added all the compost, we're getting much healthier looking spears
Yeah.
coming out of the ground. So this, you know, and that just makes them grow faster and everything
Yeah.
too, having more nutrients, more water.
You can see we've cut the flower off of this. And also here's, which one is this one? This is the,
Pasang Raha?
I think
No,
so.
Rajapuri.
Rajapuri, yeah.
This is Rajapuri.
We've cut the flower off of this too, because once, you know, once the flower starts putting off little bananas, in fact, you can see I waited way too long to cut this flower off. But once you get to these little stunted bananas, the flower's done, and you might as well cut it off and let all the energy go into the actual
Yeah,
fruit.
but it's nice to leave the flower for the bees.
So-
You know, you are still, you know, the bees still got to.
Yeah, the bees do
pollinate.
get to, yeah.
And we've even seen hummingbirds at the flowers, so like they're a,
We have, yes,
they're
yeah.
a good flower to have here for
So
the animals.
this, we've gotten bigger racks than this off of these, but still, again, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands right there, and each one of these hands easy has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I mean 72 bananas maybe right there.
Yeah.
60, 72 bananas on that one. And this is a stunted plant right here. Here's a good example right now though. I guess we can show the pre-flag and the flag leaf on this. So go ahead and show everybody a normal leaf.
So this is a normal leaf right here.
Yeah, okay. You see how big it is.
And then, what is this?
That's the pre-flag. Yep, nope, that one
This
right
one?
there. So the pre-flag leaf you can see is slightly smaller. If I stand back, it's slightly shorter
Here, I'm
than,
gonna see if I can.
yep, there you go. It's slightly shorter than all the other leaves. And then the flag leaf right there is the true indicator. You know for a fact that your flower's coming when you see a
When
flag
you see
leaf.
this tiny little
Yeah.
one. But at this point, once you see this, like this area widens quite
Yes.
a bit to pull the
To push
flower
that
out.
that heart out or that flower out, yeah.
So it's
All
like
right.
it's giving birth.
All right, cool. So I say that we don't prop bananas, but this is one variety we do prop. Here's my propping pole right here. I don't know, I think it's like an old pool equipment pole or something.
Yeah.
But we use that to prop these up. This is the tall Orinoco.
Yeah.
And this one gives us big batches of big bananas. And so,
The same banana as the dwarf Orinoco,
yeah,
but just taller,
big batches
the
of them. Yeah.
taller tree.
And these are about as big as the praying hands.
Yes.
Just
I
big
would say
bananas.
they're probably even taller than
Yeah,
the
I mean, they're
praying
big
hands.
bananas.
They are. They're really big and tall.
step
They
back
grow
and look.
so fast.
I mean, yeah, and they're so prolific. They shoot off, I mean, tons of pups all the time. I mean, look at this
And
stand
we
right
don't
here.
even like these. We just kind of like let go.
Yeah, you can see I haven't pruned any of these leaves. Like,
Pulled off the pups or anything.
yeah, we try, you know, the ones that are around the main gardens, we keep them nice and pruned because we're looking at them all the time. But these we did kind of just let
We
them
also
go.
don't want them to like fall on the house and stuff.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more varieties in here, back here
This is
somewhere.
the super red.
Yeah.
This is a plantain.
I don't think we've ever gotten fruit from
No,
these.
we haven't gotten fruit on these, but
we
I think
lose
we
them.
will soon.
We lose them to the hurricane. You can see the water back here. We get some crazy winds coming off of the lagoon back here. And so as we get to the backyard, a lot of bananas, you can see their leaves you can see the tattering, like the tearing of their leaves from the wind compared to the more protected ones up here. Look at all the fruit we have on this.
Mandarin
Man,
orange.
this mandarin orange. There's just mandarin oranges all over it. Little oranges everywhere. Look at them all. I'm so
Finally.
excited. I know.
It only took
No.
6 years or 5 years.
They're
I guess
all
that's
over the
not that
place.
bad.
All right, well, we're talking bananas right now.
Yeah.
All right, what is this one?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Super red.
No, that's a super.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll post down below what this is because we have this mark. We have them all identified in other videos.
So this is a question mark.
Yeah, I know this is the Lacatan right here. This
Yeah.
tall one.
Yeah, that's a lacatan.
The Lacatan has got to put off more pups than any other banana that we grow, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
You know, I think it's like depends on where you plant it.
No,
too.
I'm telling you, I think everywhere we plant that is just a
It's a
ferocious
really
growing plant.
growing one,
Yeah.
for sure.
Then-
This right here is just an ornamental banana. We got it off of the side of the road. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
cool.
still cool.
Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. I think that's all the ones we have on the side here. Let's go up to the front yard, and I know we have a couple special varieties up there. Let's go look at those. All right, we got a couple more varieties here. She's standing next to the Saba, which is, this is just a little teenager plant right now. This one will get huge. It'll get as big as the praying hands or the tall Orinoco. Big, thick trunk on it.
Yep.
You can see
nice and straight.
here's the old one that we chopped and dropped. You can see how big it is. So it's a little one right now. That's a teenager banana. And then next to it we have
The Thai black.
the
banana.
Thai black. Yep. I think this is one of the only varieties of bananas that still have seeds in the fruit. We haven't.
Yes.
We got. I want to say we got a little rack that didn't do good last time.
I don't think it pollinated.
Yeah,
I
or-
think you have to hand pollinate this
Might
one.
be. I don't know. Yeah, because we haven't gotten a big bunch of bananas off this
No.
one yet. This one will get bigger too. This is kind of like a teenager plant right now, but you can see the black skin on the.
Real unique though. I
It
mean,
is
out
real
of all
unique.
these bananas that we have, all the different kinds, this is
Yeah.
probably the most unique looking one.
It is real unique.
This one, and then the praying hands with the
Oh yeah.
bananas, that one's
Yeah.
real unique too.
All right, let's go. We have a couple planted over here. We were gonna do some banana circles over here, and I think we're changing our mind on that,
Yeah.
but we do have some varieties over here. Do you remember what they are?
I think so. Those are the, whoops, sorry. Those are the Cavendish.
Cavendish.
And they already look better in
They
this.
do look better.
obvious.
Yeah,
All
this
these
is all.
bananas look
We got a
pretty good.
whole bunch of compost delivered earlier in the year, like a massive truckload of, like a whole dump truck of compost. And this was what was left over of it. We were going to do some banana circles here. I don't think we are. I think I'm just going to reuse all this compost throughout the garden. But let's just run down. What do we have? We have the.
So that's the dwarf Cavendish.
Yeah.
I think this is a praying hands.
I think that was the.
And those are the dwarf Brazilian.
No, those are the praying hands, and that's the dwarf Brazilian.
is the
Yeah,
dwarf
I put the
Brazilian?
praying hands here because they are going to get super tall. So I wanted more room.
Okay.
And then in the back here, we have this dwarf, I think this is the dwarf double Mahoe back here. This one right here.
Is it?
I think so. Or maybe this was the dwarf double Mahoe.
Not double Mahoe.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
All right. But there's really not much to see here.
No,
These
there's
are
not
kind of
much to see.
experimental.
I mean, they do
bananas.
look good since we planted them because they're sitting in a bunch
Yeah.
of compost, but this isn't their forever
Yeah,
location.
it's not. So I know we have another special variety over here.
Mandarin.
Yeah, we lost it to the hurricanes, to a hurricane last year. And then we had one little plant that looked pretty sorry. In fact, it fell over, and we just cut it off, and it shot up this nice pup right here.
Yeah.
And that is a nice, healthy looking little banana plant
Yep.
right there. And Candarin's another large variety, big tall variety, so it's plenty of room to grow under these cabbage palms here.
And then did we do the venti coho?
I don't think we did. Let's go
Over
over there.
here,
These are more
Those are
tall Orinocos.
but they're like
There's not much to
sorry,
see there.
little
Yeah.
bananas.
Yes, I forgot. We do have, I think we have a couple varieties over here. We have more,
We have more
mysores.
Mysores right here,
Yeah.
which aren't very smart by the basketball.
Yeah,
field,
the
so-
basketballs come down here and smush
But
everything. But
they're
that's a
here.
Mysore right there. I think there's another
There's
Mysore back
another
here.
Mysore back there.
Yeah. And then where's
And
the,
then this is the venti coho.
oh yeah, let's squeeze through
Which
here.
this one seems to be a good banana. It hasn't timed right for us yet, so
Yeah.
you know, it's all about timing with bananas. If you get a flower in the winter, you know, it's gonna take forever. If you get one,
And it's funny, we're complaining about that. Most people can't even grow bananas in the winter. So
Yeah.
we're fortunate that at least ours are alive in the middle of the winter. But
but
this
if
is,
you do get your flowers, like now, if your flowers come out now, your banana's gonna ripen in 3 times faster time
for sure.
than in the winter. In the
No
winter,
doubt.
basically, if you get one even in like late fall, you probably won't see bananas until spring.
yeah, the edible banana.
Edible
yeah, right.
bananas.
There's another one back here. I think that's a mystery banana right there. I don't know what that one is.
That one you found
I
on
think
the
I
side of the
found it
road.
on the side of the road,
Yeah.
so that's just a mystery. Yeah.
But more than anything, bananas need water and nutrition.
And water.
And if they don't get that stuff, then you're gonna miss a whole. You know.
You want real well draining soil, and you want to water them all the time. I mean, they want water, 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 and food, food, and water, water, water.
And you can just throw your table scraps around them. They don't seem to have any like requirements as far as like hot compost. Anything works for bananas.
Yeah, that doesn't. The table scraps don't work great for us because
everything
critters
digs them up.
Yeah, critters get them, but yeah. All right, well, we still got more. I know we have more with bananas on them. I think they're in the backyard. Okay. Let's head back there. All right, so we're in the backyard here. We have this nice stand of apple bananas.
Yep.
We have had these flower and fruit for us several times, but then we get storms coming off the lagoon back there that just knock them right over.
Yeah,
and
this is a floppy one too, and it's a tall floppy one. They're all kind of thin.
Yeah.
I think this would be better, and if you could find a dwarf apple. I don't know if they make that variety or not, but I think that'd be a better.
Or at a minimum, we need to move it to a more protected spot because these are just too tall and too floppy to be here with the wind coming off the water back here. Now, we have other bananas back here that do fine with the wind. Here's one right here.
Yeah, well, this is a dwarf namwah, and these get about as thick around as the Orinocos and the praying hands.
They are a beefy
nice
banana.
Straight.
Yeah.
A medium height.
Yeah.
This will get even taller.
It's a good one to have back here, though, with all the wind and everything. So that's a good one. I know that we lost I know that we lost one right here. It was the rhino horn. We had a rhino horn right there, and it's gone. So I know for a fact that's one variety that we lost.
Yeah.
And we never got to try them either because they got blown over by the hurricanes too. So.
Yeah, that was also one that leaned.
All right, we're coming up on two of our favorite varieties. Here's one of them right here.
Yeah, we really need to move this one.
This is, which one is this?
It growing in a couple spots. This is the sweetheart.
And I don't know if you can even see it.
One banana.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone can even, everyone watching can even see it tucked in here. It's tucked into all this ginger and stuff.
And the plumeria.
Yeah, and the plumeria. But this is just one of our favorites right here. And this plant does not look great. I'm really hoping it's going to shoot off some little pups. And
yeah, I'm hoping for some pups on this one, and I think we might move it somewhere else.
Oh, we need to split that. Well, we already
need to have it in 2 spots.
We did. Isn't that one of the ones we put up there where we were going to do the banana circle?
Is that what we moved up there?
So.
Oh, I don't remember. You're the banana.
I think it might be.
So.
All right, that's one of our favorite ones, though. So real quick, though, what about this one? That's a medium height one.
Yes, that's a medium height one.
The bananas are medium size.
Yep, and they're fatter. They're like a fatter short banana.
We get nice
eating banana, not a plantain type.
We get big bunches off of those too.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's called Sweetheart for a reason.
Yeah. All right. Now I know we got some with fruit on them over here. Let's see. Where are they? Where are they? Here's one. I can see a batch of bananas right there. A whole rack of bananas right there. So this is a mystery, right?
This one.
We thought was
the mystery,
we thought this one was what?
A dwarf red.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not.
Look at the banana.
Almost looks like a dwarf Brazilian.
That's a nice rack of bananas on
You
there.
see like
it
how
does look like a dwarf Brazilian.
You know, like you see how like the bananas grow upward like that?
Yeah.
That's how the dwarf Brazilian. I think it's a dwarf Brazilian, which I am totally cool with. I love dwarf Brazilians. Probably my favorite.
Look how healthy this plant is, and look at the new one.
Look at the new one coming to replace it.
I think that's the same too, right there.
This is all dwarf red, and then right there is goldfinger.
Yes, and these we lost to a storm last year, and we were fortunate enough that it shot up these pups for us. So at least we have something.
Even when they fall over, the roots are in there.
Oh,
so
look, babe, all the kunti.
Oh, look at that.
Caterpillars.
Little caterpillars. Are there any cocoons on there?
I don't see any.
They've been demolishing this plant, but look, it's all coming back.
So these are Atala caterpillars. This is the kunti plant right here. It's the host plant for the Atala butterfly, and you can just see all of the caterpillars all over it. Super cool.
There's that pretty plumeria.
Oh yeah, look at that. We need to move that out of here. All right, we got 2 more, and the last one we're going to show everybody is our favorite.
I'm looking for a cocoon.
let's see, along our hedge of arecas here, we have more of these tall Orinocos planted.
This is where they were originally planted.
This was the original stand on our property right here, yeah. And then we have two varieties in here, actually. We have these right here.
This is Pisang Raha.
Yep, these are delicious.
Yeah, these are great. This is
medium
a
size
variety of the Mysore. It's a Mysore type banana. And then this is the dwarf Brazilian.
Yes.
Which is my favorite, your favorite.
Oh yeah.
It's everyone's
It's
favorite.
gotta be, yeah.
It's quick to fruit, good size, straight,
yeah.
thick. Doesn't fall easy.
That's not the biggest rack of bananas because again, this one flowered in the winter. But look at this plant right back here, babe. I mean, look how many leaves are on this plant right now. Like, look how far down the leaves go on the stalk too. Exactly. Like that is going to be.
You're going to get lots of bananas. The more leaves you have on your tree, the more photosynthesis it can make for the fruit. So.
Now, one thing we got going on here, you can see we have these dracaenas and these plumerias like planted right at the base of these bananas. We really need, and same with these tea plants. We need to move this around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
or
not
just
ideal.
keep loading it with the compost.
Yeah. But yeah, this is probably our favorite. So. Now that we've done the whole tour, I think that's all of them. Here's some more that flowered. So this is what the Orinocos look like right here.
They're big.
Yeah, big chunky bananas. But anyways, let's now that we're at the end, let's go ahead and tell everybody, what do you think? What are our three favorite? Give me our top three.
Dwarf Brazilian, praying hands.
You got to name three.
And sweetheart.
Okay.
And dwarf namwah, 4.
Okay, well give me a fifth then.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Or the blue java.
What's your favorite?
Mona Lisas are good too.
Yeah. What's your favorite? All-time favorite?
Dwarf Brazilian.
Dwarf Brazilian. Okay.
Yeah.
Second favorite?
Okay.
Zebra long wings?
Zebra long wings.
Second favorite's got to be praying hands, right?
Yeah, because they're so cool.
Yeah.
And they're so different.
Yeah. And they're so good. And they give us so many.
Good. And
they give us so many bananas.
Real sweet.
Yeah.
The biggest downfall to the praying hands is that when you peel them, sometimes you peel one off and it peels the next one.
Yep.
Like once they get ripe, it's hard to just peel one banana off of it. But it is so cool, and they're like little boxes.
Yeah, they're good. I would say this one's our favorite though, for sure. So.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, if you have any questions or comments about any of the different types of bananas, varieties of bananas we showed you here today, just post down below. If we're missing something, if you think that you have a variety growing that is just way better than the ones that we presented here, we got to know about it because we got to have it. I'd like to have one of everyone eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how many we have. Like I said earlier, I thought we had 35. I'm doing a count. I'm going to do a count. And when I edit this video, I'm going to do a count at the bottom of the screen. So everyone will know by now how many varieties we have planted.
Well, I know which ones we've lost. We had the rhino horn, we lost that one. The dwarf ivoline, we lost that one. The kokopo, we lost that one. The dwarf red, we thought we had, but we didn't have. And then the grand name, we thought we had, but we're not sure. So 5 of the bananas that we bought were mislabeled or we lost. So maybe they won't. It could be that they're just not suited for this area too.
Well, anyways, after we done, I'm interested to know exactly how many. I have the count at the bottom now. Everybody knows by now because you're watching the video, and I'm going to somehow edit in somewhere down here, a number as we go along. Bless you. So we'll know exactly how many. But I know we were over 30 at one point. I'd like to have all the varieties though one day.
Yeah.
So
I know where we can get them.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, circling back around, if you have a variety that we didn't present here today that you think is better than what we have, please post down below. Till next time, everybody out there, take care.
Bye.